What is up, everybody? This is the end of day one with Alice. Figured I would try to run her through like some level 90 content just to see how she does. And obviously, I am running an arc that teaches her a Thunder Shield ability, obviously to overcome that crazy minus 40% to her lightning resistance. So that's why she has the arc that she has right now. I love her S1. I just used it right now. And her basic attack is amazing. Dual wield is the way to go for this girl. So here's what I'm going to say. I don't want to call this girl Kohaku 2.0, but first of all, look at this. And then this. Bam! So anybody that gets compared to Kohaku, I mean, that should just be a compliment. Kohaku is a badass character. It's very unique. And I miss my Kohaku. Anybody that's talked to me, they know that I miss my Kohaku. I've mentioned it a few times whenever we talk about Kohaku. Well, balance has been restored because today I finally got my own Kohaku, right? I can't get Kohaku, obviously, because she's limited and, that collab's not here right now. But I managed to get this girl, and to me, she plays a lot like Kohaku, and that is a very good sign. They're very similar. Now, granted, this girl's not going to replace Kohaku or anything because we're talking about two completely different elements, but tell me their S3s are not very similar. The S1 is amazing. It's a great jump, just like Kohaku's is. The S3 does, it's structured just like Kohaku's. I dig it. It does a lot of damage. As far as basic attack goes, I actually got to give it to Alice. She is a newer character. I would expect her to, have something in her favor, and her basic attack is definitely one of those things. And actually, as far as the S1 goes, I give it to Kohaku. I do like Kohaku's S1 a little bit better. It's like she strings the combos a little bit better together, and she just has a little bit more crowd control in her S1, I think, than this girl, right? The S3s, they're neck to neck, and that's really good. S2 all comes down to preference. Kohaku has a move where she jumps up into the air and hurts everybody around her. This girl shoots rockets out of her rocket launcher shoulder pads, and those are actually long range. They can hit somebody clear across the screen, and I dig that. I really like that. So, if you don't have your S1 charge and you can't hop over to the enemy, you can shoot a couple rockets at him, kind of interrupt him if he's doing something. Then you can jump over there and just lay the smack down. But really, I think where Alice and Kohaku are going to differ, and this is, I think, where Alice is going to have the most of an edge that she could possibly have, is the S4s. The S4, don't get me wrong, Kohaku has a great S4, but it's not on the level of this, right? This girl, I don't know which one of them has a stronger S4. I don't know which one's going to do more damage per se, but for Kohaku to keep up, she would probably have to do twice as much damage as Alice with her S4, and I don't see that happening. I think Alice actually has more hits in it, and the reason I say she'd have to do twice as much is because of how fast Alice charges up her S4, and she's just going to get to drop it twice as much, I don't know about maybe twice as much, but maybe damn near twice as much as Kohaku is. And she does get a lot of special boosts. That's not to say that you can't boost Kohaku's S4, but Alice has a lot of boosts already built into her kit. So we were just talking about how their kits are similar. That's kind of where they differ. The S2 differs, and the S4 differs. So can I call her Kohaku 2.0? I don't think so. I just think they're very similar. Like I said, she's not going to replace Kohaku at all because Kohaku does earth damage. This girl is doing light damage. And wait, actually, I think doesn't Kohaku do some lightning damage with her S4? See, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have her on this account. I lost my Kohaku. I do remember having her and running around with her. I know how she functions, but I just can't remember certain details about her. If my analysis is a little bit wrong, if somebody wants to argue this with me, feel free to leave me a comment. Go ahead. But this is kind of just how I've been feeling today when I've been running Alice, and actually got a chance to really use her kit and see what it's all about and see what you can get away with and what you can't. I totally dig it because I feel like I might not have Kohaku, but I have my Kohaku. You know what I mean? I think they're similar enough. Their playstyle is close enough. They differ where they need to, and I think they differ just enough, just to kind of give people a choice of what they would prefer. Another AoE attack that has a good combo hit, or to shoot some rockets at somebody across the screen, right? But for me, if I had to choose one, and I don't know because I haven't seen Alice fully built yet and see what kind of numbers she's cranking out and everything, but I am leaning towards Alice a little bit because she can use her S4 more often, right? And I'm gonna have to see exactly how fast she can charge that thing when she's fully built. I do think she's going to get her S4 more than Kohaku is. And Kohaku, she charges her S4 fairly quickly. If I'm wrong about this, please somebody let me know. Maybe I'm missing something. I haven't played Kohaku in a while, obviously, but I did own her. I know how good of a character she is, and it is an honor to be compared to Kohaku. She's just that much of a badass. Sorry guys, it's dry in here. So I'm just happy today that I got my Kohaku back in a way. She's just doing a different element. So that is what I think of Alice. She is totally batshit crazy awesome. I dig her kit, right? And there's going to be more to come. I'm definitely going to finish this girl out, but it goes right back to, the type of character this is and powering her up. I'm going to need shards of this character to really get that S4 out of her. Also, the item from this event that we grind out for this girl is really good. Might as well look at that. It's an accessory. I didn't go over this earlier, but I have it equipped to her. This core, this 20-sided dice looking thing, 28 attack, 52 defense, as if she didn't have enough, and some mind. But Alice only when hit point is 50% or lower. Light attack damage plus 15% once per wave. That is a big deal. Just being able to crank out 15% more light attack damage is really substantial because both of her swords are light element. Her basic attack is light element. Everything in her kit is light element. Her S4 is light element. So this is actually going to pack quite a punch. And it does have 28 attack on it, and some other stuff. So all in all, that is pretty cool. This is an item that we grind out from the event. All you have to do is run the event enough times and they will give you this item. Because obviously they made this girl a dual wielder, and one of the paid items for her is a cloth armor. You're not going to want that. Can already tell you right now. Even though that armor has a little bit of attack on it and it's got a pretty decent ability on it for her, it's not going to be as good as, say, the Spirit Blade Marius, because this girl does come with dual wield and you are wasting the dual wield if you put the armor on her. Don't even waste your hero credentials getting the armor unless you just want it as a novelty and you just have a ton of hero credentials. I would get her sword. I'm still thinking about getting her sword because I totally dig her and I don't have a Kohaku till now. So maybe I might want to get the sword for her. It does do a lot for her. But definitely the armor is going to get replaced just by any other sword. It's just not worth taking her hit count down by so much to give her a piece of armor that's not going to do anywhere near as much as another sword. And you're wasting that dual wield skill that she gets for free. That's like a 9SC ability. If you're not using it, you're just kind of wasting a 9SC ability. So that's my thoughts on this. If I had 50 of the hero credentials, I would get this girl's sword, and then I would get some shards of her, right? Because remember, shards are going to power up her S4, and that's really when you're going to start seeing this girl really shine and do a ton of damage and charge up her S4 even faster, is after you actually enhance this girl. And you're going to need shards for that. So that's what I'm going to be working on. But I'm definitely going to fit this girl into the rotation for shards because she is so damn good. And like I said, I just got to teach her like some Thunder Shield. There's a way to get around this minus 40% to your lightning resistance, obviously. Lightning Shield is a good one that's going to, pretty much take away 20% of the lightning damage that you take. That is going to help. You're going to want things like that for this girl. Unless you want to really play it safe and get that armor piece. Like I said, I won't get it because it takes away from dual wield, but that armor does give you 40% to your lightning resistance. So it's there, but personally, I would just get the sword and I would spend the other 20, 25 hero credentials, whatever it is, on shards for her so I could power up her S4 quicker. That is just personally what I would do, but I'm having hard enough time just to get enough hero credentials to actually try to even get her sword. I do believe I am still at 10. Let's take a look at this thing again real quick. I am still at 10, but this thing's worth it. The trade on it is amazing. It's got good strength, even gives some defense in mind, and of course it's light element. Like I said before, for this girl, this might as well be a 6-star weapon, not a 5-star. And this is the armor that you should probably ignore. It does give a little bit of strength, and the trait is actually really good because you do want some MP regen on this girl for Sharp Eyes and for her Slayer ability that takes away... I'm sorry, not MP, but her... What is it? She has her ability to come back to life. She needs MP for that. And if you're going to use Sharp Eyes and stuff like that, you're going to need MP to sacrifice for Sharp Eyes. And that will stack with her Slayer ability that sacrifices some of her health. So you can get a lot more damage, right? And something like this would help you regenerate the MP that she needs to activate her Slayer mode. Or to keep getting Sharp Eyes damage, because every time you use Sharp Eyes, some MP gets eaten up for more damage. And obviously, in her Slayer ability, some of her hit points get eaten up to do more damage. Well, this girl has, what is the critical ability called? Man, I can't think of it off the top of my head. You guys know what I'm talking about. She has the ability where when she scores hits, she life steals. Why do I want to call it Shining Force? I think that's what it is. I don't know. It's late. It's late, guys. Sorry. The point is she's got all that going on all together. I can't wait to mix it and, see how much damage she can actually put out and see how much hit points she can retain. But in longer battles, this girl is going to have an issue with MP. And remember, she cannot proc her come back to life zombie ability unless she has, I think it's like 10% of her MP. So you're going to need to keep a little bit of MP to play it safe with this girl either way. That's why the trait on this armor does have continuous MP regeneration, right? Some people were like, that kind of belongs on a robe, but if you really read into this girl, she does need some MP regen, and that's why they put it on this armor. Honestly, if she wasn't a dual wielder, I would say this is a solid item. I mean, pretty much only get this thing if you just want it to collect it, to look at it, just to have it. I doubt there's some secret hidden combo build that requires this armor to make her just a monster. I just don't see this outdoing another weapon in this slot. I can't see it. So that's my final word on her gear. And as far as the Halo Blade, I'm still thinking about it myself. I might just have to scrounge up 15 more of these hero credentials. I mean, why not? I don't have the arc. Best case scenario, I can get those hero credentials and pull this spiffy new arc to boost the S4 damage of some of my other heroes. Luckily, I have Alice here who has ultimate boost 1 and 2 already in her kit. So it is just nice to see her at level 40 with 30 SC on her. Oh, I'm sorry, she's level 45. It's nice to see her at level 45, barely woke, barely enhanced, with the gear that I just showed. Half of her ability tree unlocked, right? And like what, 31 SC she's rocking, and she is destroying some level 90 content all by herself. It's almost like she's made to kill those little rogues. And honestly, guys, I do feel bad killing them. Oh, look, we can even increase her strength a little bit. I forgot. Have SC to spare. Yeah, Proud Force, not Shining Force. Damn it. That's what I was... Yeah, sorry, guys. I called Proud Force Shining Force. Probably because I've been playing that other Shining... Okay, I can see how I made that mistake. Alright. But yeah, Proud Force is what I was talking about earlier. But yeah, I can see why this girl... Always almost forget to hit confirm. I can see why this girl does not need a super high strength. I'll be honest with you guys, that did concern me a little bit at first when I was kind of taking her out the package, and I was like, but is she really going to be able to hit those high notes with, under 1200 strength? Honestly, guys, with this girl's hit combo and her S4, I think her S4 has a great modifier. She doesn't need that much strength, and because she gets to bring it all the time, Kohaku doesn't need a base 1300 strength either. That girl seems to do just great, and like I said, she's not bringing as much S4 as this girl is. So we're going to have to see, but so far so good. This is a very powerful and solid character. I can already tell you that. Exactly where does her power end up at? I can't tell you that yet, but I'm comparing her to Kohaku. She might even be... You know what? I don't want to call her Kohaku 2.0 because I got a lot of respect for Kohaku. But because of the S4 situation here, I'm going to call this girl Kohaku 1.5, and I think that's fair. Anybody wants to argue that with me? The comments are open. That's why we're here. Alright, so these are my final thoughts on Alice day one, after actually getting to play with her and at least building her to this level and just clearing out some level 90 maps with her solo, really getting to see what she's all about and just having the day to run her. It's been a blast. It's been a pleasure. It was surprising. I really didn't expect her to be this good. I kind of expected her just to kind of be like some rare novelty that a few people got along the way. She definitely has a place in the meta. This girl is badass. I mean, shit, I just compared her to Kohaku for the whole vid. So, that's where I stand at the end of day one. Actually very happy with what Last Cloudia did here. Her design's great. She plays awesome. We didn't even really get into her basic attack and what you can probably pull off with that, with impact and stuff like that. I'm going to have to test all that. But so far, so good. And she looks damn great. Alright, everybody. Have a good night. And if you didn't get her, don't worry. Still up for 6 days. We got time. But I still have to say, for everybody out there that didn't get her today, really think about how much you want to throw in to try to get this girl. Christmas is almost here. There will be a UR arc. I'm sure of it. So... really think smart. I know I'm making this girl look great and I'm comparing her to Kohaku, but Christmas is right around the corner, so just be smart, everybody. That is why I made a few videos today. I wanted to get something out on this girl so people could have a fair assessment of what's out there and they could make a smart choice, based on at least some information out there, whether or not they want to go for this girl or save for Christmas. I gotta be perfectly honest with you, the smart thing would probably to still save for Christmas. If you are gonna pull for this girl, try to limit your resources. I'm not gonna tell you what to do though. I will tell you to have a good night though. Peace, everybody.